Hey everybody. So, let me just give you an update of what's going on at the Asjarra studios. First of all, this is my new timeline I've been working on. Now, the problem is that I've got a commission every week until August, but I've also got 7 commissions that are meant to go out in the next 10 days, including 3 commissions that have been in the pipeline for several months now. So that's Abaddon, Vect, and the Corn Lord on Juggernaut. Now, they're just still drying. The green stuff is drying there. We've got a combination of some green stuff and white stuff in the gaps. But boy, I tell you what, what I call the last 90%, just the last home stretch, is the hardest part. Because that's when you look at all the detail and you think, oh God, I've got to, fill in that gap and fill in that gap and fill in this gap. And it really takes ages. So if you guys wonder, you leave some really wonderful comments, and you're always telling me, wow, that's really great, and, congratulate, it's really awesome and all this stuff, and it's really awesome to hear that sort of positive feedback. But if you do want to leave a comment, the comments that I really love to hear are sort of like, go Jarrah, you can finish it, you can do it, you're almost there. That's the kind of stuff I really love to hear, because looking at this, all this nasty green stuff that needs to be carved back and flattened in and stuff, and this is the last 90%, the last 10% of the project. I just really slow down when I get to this stage, because it gets too finicky really, and it gets too it has to be perfect. So I've got to fix that up. And if you do want to, just if you're wondering what to say in the comments from now on, when you do see videos, maybe just a little word of encouragement to finish it off would be great. That'll keep me on track, keep me honest. While that's drying over there, I started putting together the next box, because Obby's Fellhanded505's White Scar Jubal Khan, Great Khan of the White Scars, or the Chapter Master, needs to come together, and we're doing Jubal Khan on a bike, and I thought I'd just walk you through what's going on. But back over here, this is very higgledy-piggledy conversation. So as you can see, get up is my job, but so today I meant to finish the Corn, Vect, and Abby, and start on Avatar and start on Lucius. I'm doing a Lucius, and then that goes. See, I'm getting up at 6 a.m. in the morning, and then I'm working from about 6 till 10 at night, and then I'm working on the weekends on Sanguinius with War Games Painted 2010, and then finishing off the Avatar over the next couple of days. But if I just show you what the next couple of weeks look like, so the blue is commissions. So up at 6 a.m. every morning, work during the day, and hopefully that orange zone will hopefully also be big winter competition. But it looks like I'll only have a week to do it, and I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do it, which is really sad, because I bought all the parts and I was really excited about it, but I'm just so behind on commission. So then, and then 3 hours every night, and then working on the weekend. So it's a little bit out of control. I've got a day off here, but yeah, I'm really just trying to catch up by the time March comes along. So we'll see how we go. All that blue is commission work, so. And then that's April. So that's getting off 7 commissions or 8 commissions, and then there's, as I said, at least 10 more people waiting on commissions. Enough commissions to take us through to August with 1 a week, which is what I want to get to by the end of March. 1 commission a week, so I can relax and get back to my sisters and focus on my new Warhammer Fantasy army, which you'll be hearing more about in coming weeks. But anyway, enough of that rambling. Back to having a look at the White Scars models. Let's have a look here. So what we've got, I'll just see if we can maybe brighten this up a bit. I've got it divided roughly into sections here. We've got, these are the parts of the weapon, which is Jugati's Fang, which is a giant scimitar. Maybe it's going to be a poleaxe, I'm not quite sure. The artwork is half-half, but Jugati Khan does have a giant scimitar, which I assume somehow made its way to Jubal Khan, or maybe I've got that wrong, but I think it's scimitar is a good hand weapon. We've got little bits and bobs here that will go on the bike, so I call that pile bike decoration. This pile here is bigger bike decoration, and this pile over here is the Jubal model itself, all the parts for the model, and then over here is all the parts for the bike. So let me just start by showing you, and I was doing this, I was getting all these parts out of my bits bins, and I thought, gee, that would make a really good video, like just me getting all the parts out and going through them, because I go through every single bag I have for every single army, Warhammer and 40k, Fantasy and 40k, and I find things that might be useful. And I was listening to some really cool techno music, and I was like, yeah, this is really pumping, I should make a video of it. So maybe next time I'll do a video, just a time-lapse video of me doing it, so you can see all of the bits that I go through to find all this stuff. But here we've got a standard Scout Space Marine bike. We've got things like Furiosa Dreadnought arm, because that arm there that uses the halberd is an awesome, looks like an awesome engine component. So I can see that as the main thruster for the back of the bike, because this bike is going to be supercharged. These could be the exhaust pipes for the back of the bike, so too could these. Just there, they've got lots of nice detail. Anything that's like, that looks like it could be from the bike, I sort of put into this pile. This is the base that I'm working on. This is just the start of it. This is the Chaos base. It's been chopped up a bit. That's going to look cool. Weapon outfits, handlebars, shocks from, I think, gosh, what is this from? I think this is from the Orc Truck or something. Oh no, it's not. It's from the Dread Knight. So then we've got like lots and lots of little tiny bits and pieces from different kits, from 72mm World War II artillery guns, and all the little pipes and joins and bits and pieces from those guns make it really awesome detail when you apply them to the side of bikes and use them as pistons and stuff like that. So this is going to have some really big shocks and big pistons. It's going to be somewhere between a Harley and a horse. Is a good way of describing it. The theme is going to be horses. I watched Templar Crusades, awesome White Scars tank vid, and got inspired by that. I was already thinking mountain lions, because I think there's a strong cat theme as well. So what I might do is cat plus horse. I know that sounds crazy, but we'll see how we go. So these are all the bits that I got for the bike. Lots of little, crankshafty bits and caps, and of course I've got the wheels that I need here, which are going to be much larger across. They're going to be quite thick, like a Kira or something like that. Here are some, I think, whatever gigantic guns from the artillery cannon, but I'm going to be using them as shocks or something like that. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty beefy bike, and that's just the actual mechanics of it. So I put that pile back over there. Apologies for the camera work today, but I'm just in such a rush. Can't really set up the camera and do a high def video, but hopefully this will do. Wait, let me go to this pile. So that was the mechanics for the bike, and this is the, what should I call this, the theatrics of the bike. I've got the usual, purity seals. There's a really strong Mongolian flavour to White Scars, and Jubal Jagadi Khan actually has a bow and arrow on his person, so I thought I'd have a look at this and just see if that works later in the context. I've got that in the pile. We've got some wagon wheels here because they also rode chariots, and I thought that might be interesting, but we'll just see how we go. Got these ogre hands, which I really think are awesome because the spikes can be deplated. Just cut that off there and attach it to the bike. I want to give it a kind of really rustic, not orky, but pretty like Eastern, look to it. In that note, we've got this awesome banner from Chaos that I think might go really well as a cloak, part of a cloak anyway, with the trophy rack on the back. You can see that fitting in really well. Got more of these spiked hands. Actually, I love this one here. Check out that knuckle duster. I mean, that kind of plating would look really awesome on shoulders or thighs or something. Got some Space Wolf stuff because I think there's a lot of similarity between the two, but you would just, for example, this Space Wolf icon here, you would just cut off the nose and get rid of the snout and raise the nose up a bit higher, and then you've got a cat. Things like that. It's always good to just have some pistols, more specky things. I love these Wood Elves banner tops because they provide you with really quick and easy flowing material, which you can use to great effect. You know, flowing ribbons off the back of the bike. So this is interesting. We've got some horse parts here from High Elves, but also from Empire. Some cast from the old Logan Grimnar project of a wolf paw, which I might use for a tiger paw. More cloaks. And just looking here, we've got a horse, and that's an Empire horse, and then here we've got a wood elf horse. And one of these horses I think I'll use on the front of the bike and the handlebars. And then I've got the piece de resistance right now, which is the Chimera head from Warhammer Fantasy, which is just an awesome sculpt. And I totally want to use this on the handlebars. So initially I was thinking that this, because I think cats is a big part of it, as well as horses, but I'm thinking cats, this would be awesome on the handlebars. What I'm thinking of right now, and we'll see how it goes, is doing the horse head inside the cat head. Something crazy, like, we'll see how we go. So it could just be like this really, really psycho headpiece on the front of the bike with where the lights go. Got some jaws and teeth and just bits of mane that I thought might be nice coming off the back of the bike, off his back, like a big cloak or something, because it needs to be kind of warm. I imagine they've got a lot of fur. They wear a lot of fur, a lot of heavy fur. So those are all the, what do we call them? Theatrical bits for the bike. I want to show you what goes into making, we already know what goes into making a model, but in terms of the bits that go into making a model, I always go overkill, so I always have like 3 of everything. So I even have like, I know this is going to be not Terminator armor, but I have Terminator armor just in case I want to go big or use parts of it. So I've got Terminator, I've got like multiple chest pieces, some, you know, different backs. What we've got here is a Chaos shoulder pad, because it has these awesome ridges and spikes along it, which is the red, would be perfect for the red triangles from the white scars, because that's their theme. So I've got that Chaos shoulder pad, and then I've also got a whole bunch of these white Lions of Thrace from the Fantasy High Elves shoulder pads that I think I'll either use as shoulder pads or knee pads. They could be so cool as knee pads. And you just carve off that orb in the middle there. Got Dark Angel legs, back legs, because they've got an awesome flowing cloak. So we'll be using those. And on and on and on. We've got Space Wolf's sword arm. And then that will be the basis for the Jagadi's Fang. And backpacks, more legs, more chest pieces, more different shoulder pads, and of course we've got like 7 different heads. Fellhanded505 was nice enough to send me lots of bits in the mail, but they haven't arrived yet. I won't say they've been lost because I'm keeping positive, but they haven't arrived yet. In the meantime, I've got some Space Wolf heads here, some Catachan Jungle Fighter heads, and some Empire heads, which will all work really well to create a Mongolian feel if the need arises. Here is that pile, total overkill, and then we've got, you know, just the usual bits and pieces for the bike, you know, knives, lots of sachets of water from the Catachan Jungle Fighters, because I feel like they're going to need as much water as they can get, and I like the idea that his bike's kind of fully loaded up. And then this is the pile that I've assembled for the Fang. We've got Furioso Dread Arm there with Pole Halberd, got Kroot Mercenary Rifle, scimitars. We've got a horn that I thought might be good on one side as well, just on the back of the bike. See him blowing his horn. And we've got some blades here, but I think I'll probably have to get the plasticite out and do some carving, because I really want to do a nice big scimitar. So we'll see how we go. Anyway, that's the parts list for Obby's White Scars Jubal Khan Chapter Master. I just wanted to show you all the parts that go into a single model from the outset, and then I narrow it down as I go. Anyway, guys, hope that gave you a bit of insight into what's going on in the next couple of weeks. I do hope to get started on my own projects and really get control of my commissions. The commissions are a lot of fun, and I'm keeping positive, and obviously they're being well received, so that's great. I really thank you guys for your support. Oh, this turned into a really long update. Anyway, Let me see where I'm at. I've got a little red line that tells me how late I am. Yep, definitely very late. Anyway, guys, I will talk to you very soon. See you later.